Hey there, I'm Esther, and I am here today to share with you 20 remote companies that are hiring right now. And we're going to do ones that are all around the world in tons of different niches so that you can really get an idea of what's possible to do online in the remote world. And you can have some experience or a little bit of experience or lots of experience. We're going to go through all of it. So here we go. So I'm going to go through rapid fire of 20 remote companies that are super legit. I vetted all of them, and then a little bit about what the types of jobs are that are at that remote company. So to start out with, we have virtual assisting and bookkeeping ones. The virtual assisting company that is almost always hiring is called Belay. And Belay is an agency that hire virtual assistants on and off throughout the year, so you can always be checking back on that if you're looking for a virtual assistant role. Another online admin one for bookkeeping is called Supporting Strategies. This is another bookkeeping agency that's all online, and so they're constantly and regularly hiring great bookkeepers to work online. Next, we're going to move into the technology sector. So I have, let's see, about 7 different companies that are hiring the technology sector, but that doesn't mean that it's only coding. We're talking about engineering, we're talking about product management, we're talking about customer service jobs, product training jobs and teaching jobs in that kind of space, graphic design, like all different kinds of things, and of course, yes, some software design. So some of my favorite ones that are remote companies that are almost always hiring are Zapier, Automatic, Help Scout, Shopify, Lambda. A lot of these hire internationally as well. MailerLite and Amazon. Amazon is almost always hiring. Like all of these companies I think are international. Another one would be Buffer. They're almost always hiring. Well, not always hiring, but they are a remote company that hires throughout the year. Now, let's go into customer service jobs. So I'm not a huge fan of customer service jobs. I'm going to tell you more in my next video why, but if you have no experience and you're just wanting to get started working online, then customer service can be a great place to start, but just know that you're not going to ever be paid very well, and it's pretty much a dead-end job, so it's never really going to go anywhere. But if you're trying to work online, you just need income, and you want to get started, then here's some companies that are almost always hiring for remote customer service roles. The first one is US only, and it does have some state specifics, but that one is Hilton, and you're booking reservations for people and you're dealing with customer service things online, working for Hilton from your home office. Another one is Apple. Yeah, Apple Computers. They hire a ton of at-home reps to help them process customer service requests as well. They're not hiring all the time, it's throughout the year, but you can kind of bookmark and keep an eye on their site. Another one is called Concentrix. They are almost always hiring. I get their emails all the time. They hire for a lot of live chat support representatives as well as call center type of jobs. So people would be calling in. And then another one is called Appen. Appen hires for all different kinds of stuff. They have raters jobs where you're like rating different sites and giving feedback on certain things, transcription jobs, translation jobs, all kinds of small one-off odd tasks are included on Appen. You can get on there, you can make yourself a profile and start going for the jobs that are on there. Again, they're going to be low paid. To me, I have a really hard time getting behind these kinds of companies because I feel like you're just trading what you were doing in not the home office world into online, and that doesn't always necessarily mean that that's a path towards happiness. That can often mean that you're just going to be in this exact same situation again, looking for another job that's virtual or remote, that's more aligned with the career that you want to create. All right, let's keep going. Let's talk about teaching English. So you can teach English online or other languages online, and you don't actually need to be a credentialed teacher. So a couple of companies that are hiring VIP Kids, you do need to have a bachelor degree to teach for VIP Kids. Magic Ears, you do not need a bachelor's degree, but you do need a TEFL certificate. And Cambly. Cambly, you do not need a bachelor's degree and you do not need a TEFL certificate. So I've given you 3 options depending on your situation. You have VIP Kids, Magic Ears, or Cambly. And I'm actually going to drop a link in the description that is for my free ebook. It's just totally free. And it actually goes through and lists all of the English teaching companies that we can ever possibly find. And it divides them up based on if you need a degree or not, if you need a certificate or not, where to find certificates affordably online so that you can get yourself certified, what the pay scales are for each one, what the different time zone requirements are, all the details on all the teaching English companies, and none of those are affiliate links for me. It's just free information for you guys. I will say the same thing about teaching English as I did for customer service. The most money you're ever going to make is $22 US dollars per hour. You have to be from certain countries, usually a native English speaking country. In that ebook, there are some other companies that do hire for other languages as well. But again, you're on call, you have to be on during certain hours, you have to have good Wi-Fi, you're constantly on and teaching. That's how you make money. And so it's very exhausting. And I know that some of these companies now have so many teachers and only so many students that people have a hard time getting hours to teach and have a hard time making money. So they see like, I'm making $4,000 from working for VIP Kids, but they've been doing it for a really long time, have built up a lot of clientele, and that's why they're able to make that amount of money. And I would say too, I have a lot of former online English teachers that have transitioned into being a virtual assistant because they were really miserable. So it does tend to lead to burnout. And I just want you to know that it's not the only way that you can work online. So think about all these different options that I just gave you. And all right, so last couple ones. Another one is called transcription. And that's where you just listen to some audio and then you type out the audio that you hear. You usually are paid by minute of audio. So they don't really care how long it takes you. They're gonna pay you like $1 per minute of audio. So just as an example, I actually don't know how much these companies pay. It depends on what the thing is. But so if it's 15 minutes of audio, it's a flat $15, let's say, but let's say it takes you 2 hours. The amount of money is not really that great in transcription. It's pretty bad for most people in the world. But if you're from a country where the US dollar is way stronger there, then you'll be in good shape with doing some transcription. And the two companies that I would recommend for that are Rev or TranscribeMe. Both of them, I think, require a test before you can get access to their job boards, but they're very legitimate companies, and transcription has been around for a very long time. I hire transcriptionists for my business. It's very legitimate. All right, the last two are for translation. So if you know another language, you can teach it online, or you can get paid to do translation. And translation actually pays pretty well. The more complicated the documents go like up a level, the more that you get paid for translating them. So two companies that you can just kind of see their translation jobs, kind of like joining to get access to their job boards and get assigned things, is called We Localize, or the other one is VerbaLink. And VerbaLink also includes transcription in foreign languages. And honestly, these two platforms have so many different languages that they support. So whatever your second language, it could be even like an obscure one, it's probably on there. I was really blown away by all the different languages that they had in there and that they were actively hiring for. And so you could either do, again, you can just do straight translation, or they did offer foreign transcription. So if maybe you speak German as a second language, they might have some German transcription that you could do on there too. So there you go. There was 20 remote companies that are hiring right now. I'm gonna go over in my next video what to do if you're hearing about some of these jobs and you don't have any experience. No experience, and you're wanting to try to get started online, but you just are really struggling because you keep hitting all these dead ends. What should you do? I'm gonna go over that next. See you in that one.